Hello and welcome. I'm Pastor Deborah, and we are beginning a brand new educational series here on Agape Love. Love is Here's global teaching ministry. As you can see on my board back here, it's entitled Helping People the Lord's Way. This was Pastor Deborah's journey from helping people in the way of the world, the way of mental health counseling, and slowly through time, with education, personal experience, more education, more revelations, I learned how to help people the Lord's way. In this new series, we're going to discover wonderful things, much about Pastor Deborah, and much about you and others. In this series of classes entitled Helping People the Lord's Way, it will have its own playlist. It will be on the website, probably in the spiritual teaching ministries area, or it might have its own section, not sure yet, but I'll figure that one out. The areas that we will be addressing may include, but not be limited to, the following. 1. Understanding helping people the Lord's way, and how that is different than helping people the way of the world. 2. How revelations from the realm of the eternal, the spiritual realm, how they can help us to help people the Lord's way, which you will not find in the ways of the world. They don't talk about that realm and that way of helping people. 3, what kind of help we're going to learn is provided to someone who needs help, and we are going to learn how to help people in those ways and what the differences are from the ways of the world. We'll be going through lots of scripture, telling lots of true stories of Pastor Deborah herself and how she learned how to help people the Lord's way. 4, why? We're going to ask a lot of questions. Why do people need to be helped the Lord's way and not the way of the world? Or do we combine the helping people the Lord's way with the ways of the world? We're going to explore all of that in these many, many lessons that will be coming. 5, what is the difference between helping the people the Lord's way, as you can see back here, versus the way of the world? We need to talk about the distinct differences so you will know which way you are helping people. And yet neither one is bad. Neither one should consider the other one to be unimportant. Pastor Deborah had to learn that our system of spirit, soul, and physical body needs both ways. And all the people that are trying to help you and others be well, healthy, whole, healed, love you. They don't like to see you sick and ill. They want to help. So that is real important to understand right from the beginning. Some people who help people the Lord's way discount the ways of the world. Pastor Deborah does not. She knows it's important to the entire system to be helped. 6, what issues or problems or diseases or illnesses or sicknesses or even just behaviors, thoughts, and concepts need help the Lord's way? 7, what are the Lord's processes of helping people His way? And we'll also talk about the processes of helping people the way of the world. 8, what are the world's processes for helping people? What is their education, their training? So we'll look at that also. 9, what can one expect when one gets and receives help the Lord's way? We'll look at the journey that one may go through. Is it instantaneous? Do you have any part that you must play or things that you must do? We will look at all of that in this new educational series called Helping People the Lord's Way. Number 10. Can you help people both ways? That's an excellent question to be asking, and we will try to answer that for you. Because me, Pastor Deborah's heart desired, even from a young child's age, to help people that needed help. I was interested in people who had problems, who had issues, who had diseases or sicknesses. Even in my very early days of my youth, I cared and loved people. Little did I know that was the seeds of helping people the Lord's way. Of course, nobody could tell me that when I was young, but that was implanted in me. I read true biographies of people. I read their autobiographies. I read medical books. I watched movies of people who had deep mental health, psychological, spiritual problems, all kinds of diseases, childhood traumas, sicknesses and illnesses. And I even studied how our ancient ancestors, what did they believe about these? How did they help people? What was the role of helping people the Lord's way, even they didn't know exactly what Lord or God they were using? And that would lead me into studying what you would call the occult and learning how to help people out of a supernatural way and using spirits that many believe are good spirits, but learning much that they weren't. I learned that one who desires to help people, which Pastor Deborah was, must have a seeking heart. You must have one for learning. You must be a good student. You must care. You must be able to feel towards them with great love, be kind, but you had to be strong. You had to be able to bear their burdens, deal with them, sort of like a surgeon. He cares deeply for the person, but he must go in and do surgery. He must be clear thinking, cannot be emotional. He has to deal with biological systems. He's almost like a carpenter sometimes, a plumber. And he must be highly trained. So he keeps his distance. And there's some great movies to watch about that in his training or her training. And you must have a very strong desire to want to see people healed and for you to know how to help them. I run into wonderful, loving people, and they don't really want to know what's wrong with them, what caused it. They just want a simple, fast answer, magic pill, sort of speaking. And then they question everything that's possibly recommended. A lot of times their pride is in the way. They don't want to know what caused it because they go, well, I can't change it anyway. But when you start helping people the Lord's way, you will discover you must know what has caused this. Is it from the ancient ancestors? Is it generational? Can it be changed? How do you not let it happen again? A lot more to learn. So you run into people who need help, but they don't want to know anything. So you, as the helping person, you must also understand people who are sick, who need help, and there are many different levels of their thoughts about healing, sickness, disease, as well as what is wrong. So we must learn, and this new educational courses are going to help. I'll be putting them up. We're going to go through Pastor Deborah's own family. Her mother, father, and brother are all now dead. They're gone to heaven. But this family is an example of helping people the Lord's way, learning about ancestors and how their lives and what they did affected Pastor Deborah's life and the family she was born into. Even though I was not Pastor Deborah at the time, my name was Deb or Debbie or Jan. I did not become till years and years later Pastor Deborah, after I'd been healed, delivered, and set free the Lord's way. So we're going to go through my own story. It's pretty typical of your story, your family. It deals with our ancestors that we don't know anything about. So it's very interesting, and I didn't learn about it until I started stepping into helping people the Lord's way, and it was slowly revealed to me, because it's hard to imagine that somebody you don't know has caused great harm, illnesses, diseases, and still affects your family. Then I had to learn how to deal with this and bring healing to Pastor Deborah and her life. So we'll get there. This series of classes and learning will begin helping you to see what helping people the Lord's way looks like and what are the results of helping people the Lord's way. I'm going to use myself, Pastor Deborah's own life, own story, and own family. There's a lot to it, and most of it is unbelievable. But we'll use me as the foundational example to help you first help yourself the Lord's way. Then you'll have understanding, personal experience of helping people the Lord's way. I will be telling you many of my personal stories, and there's lots of. So you will see that I have had experience, education in both ways, the world's way and the Lord's. I can talk about helping people from both perspectives, still involved in many of the world's ways, and I try to help people who are having issues to understand both ways. Most of the time they're not that interested in helping people the Lord's way, but they are in the ways of the world. So this new series, Helping People the Lord's Way, is very important. It has powerful ancient history with it, powerful spiritual things involved in it. It has contrast to the ways of the world. It deals with people, healers, generational effects, children, teens, youth, adults. It deals with our spirit, our soul, and our physical body. And you'll learn a lot about yourself and, of course, other people. So welcome to Helping People the Lord's Way, the new series here on Agape Love. Love is Here Ministries. It's global teaching. I look forward to you coming back and going through the classes, learning much about Pastor Deborah's life, her journey, how she was helped the Lord's way, and learn about yourself and other people and how to help people the Lord's way. And you'll learn how to help people the way of the world also. So that you have to be knowledgeable about both. So enjoy and welcome. I'm glad you're a student and a disciple. And you come back and bring your notebook, bring others with you. And I'll see you in class. Bye. Thank you for listening and watching this video. It is an honor and a pleasure to have you stopped by today and watch. This is Pastor Deborah, and I hope you come again and watch many, many more videos and learn and grow spiritually and hear how she has helped people spiritually the Lord's way for many, many years. Come again, watch another one, and we welcome you to be a subscriber to the channel, to make comments, and if you wish to contact Pastor Deborah, please email her at her email address for the ministry at PastorDeborah@AgapeLoveIsHere.org. You can also see these videos on Twitter and on the website in the many different sections that they are put into. Enjoy, and it was once again an honor to have you watch and listen. Thank you, and come again to another video of Agape Love. Love is Here Ministries, a ministry of helping people the Lord's way that Pastor Deborah has been doing for many, many years. Love always and forever, Pastor Deborah.